Hi everybody, how are you today? Welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you two different types of deviled eggs. I know I already have a deviled egg recipe on one of my videos, but I'm going to do this one over again because it's so good. I'm going to show you my deviled egg recipe, which I'm sure y'all have a lot of different ways to do deviled eggs, but this one's mine, and it's a sweet deviled egg recipe. And then I'm also going to show you a Mexican style deviled egg recipe. So I hope you enjoy, so let's get cooking. All right, we're going to start first with the Mexican deviled eggs. And what you will need is, for this recipe, I have 5 eggs, excuse me. And I've gone ahead and boiled them I boil them for 10 minutes and let them sit for 5. And then I put them in a cold ice water bath and then I shell them. So that's 5 eggs. In which I promptly, after they were cold and cooled, I cut them in half and I took the yellow out and I put them in a bowl. And then I put my empty eggs here in my egg holder. What you'll also need is 1/4 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. Now if you do like 12 eggs or any more eggs than 5, you can adjust the amount of ingredients. But this is just for 5. 1/4 cup of cheddar cheese, shredded cheddar cheese. Okay, I have 1/4 cup of mayonnaise, which I may not use at all, but I have 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. I have some salt that I'm just going to sprinkle on there in my mixture. I got 1/8 cup of salsa, so just pick your favorite type of salsa. And if you don't like the salsa, I guess you probably could use tomato sauce. But mine's a mild salsa. I've got 1 green onion sliced up and cut up. And I have a tablespoon of sour cream. So what we're going to do, I've got my bowl and I've mashed up my yellow to where it's smaller. Make sure it's on the video. If you want, you can use a fork. Let me go get one and I'll show you that. Just using a fork works great too. Let's get it all broke up. If you hear something in the background yelling, that's my daughter's yellow-headed parrot. I've got him covered up so he won't be loud, but sounds like he's going to be loud anyway. So you may hear a phone ringing, but that's Rico in the background. All right. Now that you've got that all done, you're going to want to put in some of your ingredients. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put our cheese in here. And we're going to mix it up with our egg yolks. You can use your fork if you want to mash it up in there. Okay, that looks good. Okay, we're going to go ahead and add our salsa. Our onions. Our sour cream. We're going to mix all that up. I'll get a different spoon so it won't be so loud for y'all. Once we get this all mixed up, then we're going to put our mayonnaise in. I started out with 1/4 cup of mayonnaise because I've got a little more than what the recipe calls for, because I don't know how much mayonnaise I want to put in here. Okay, I'm going to move these right now for just a second. I'm going to go ahead and put some of my mayonnaise in here. I'm going to put about half of it. Mix it around. See how thick it is. You don't want your eggs too runny. So that's why I got 1/4 cup, but I'm just put half of it in here. And that's looking pretty good. I may not need the rest of it. Yeah, I like that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle a little salt. And I think I'll sprinkle a little pepper. Get that all mixed in. There you go. What we're going to do next is we're going to fill our eggs, our empty eggs. All right, at this point, I urge you to taste your mixture and see if it's just the way you like it. I tasted mine and I needed to add a little more salsa, so that's what I did. So it's a good time to go ahead and taste your mixture and see if it's the way you want it. And if not, then add whatever to it that you need. And so now we can fill our eggs. And in a minute, I'm going to show you my regular recipe for my deviled eggs for my family gatherings. This one I know is going to be a new favorite that my family hasn't tasted this one yet. My extended family. So, and they love anything Mexican. So they're going to love this. And it'll go with tacos and any kind of Mexican food. I think it would even go with barbecue, to tell you the truth. Or ham, it would go with that. So this is a very versatile recipe. And it's very, very tasty. Oops, look at me. I am a messy Marvin. All right, my family doesn't care. But as you can tell, I like to put a whole lot on my egg, but you don't have to. You don't have to put as much mixture in your egg as I am. My family likes it filled to the brim, so I think that's about it for them. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little cilantro and I'm going to sprinkle it on top, just for garnish. I know they'll like it. You can put paprika, whatever you want on top to garnish if you want to. Me, I chose cilantro because cilantro goes in Mexican food. And so there you go. You're done. Mexican deviled eggs. And just so you know, here's the goodie, and I'm tasting it. Although I've already tasted it once, but for y'all, I'll show y'all that I'm tasting it. That is so good. I love it. And I'm not a deviled egg person, but I like the yellow part. I don't really like the white. But that is really good. So I'm going to put this aside and we'll do my basic old deviled eggs next. Okay, now we're going to make my basic deviled eggs. It's a sweet style of deviled eggs. I know that everybody out there has their own way, but this is my way, and my family loves it. So, of course, I've got my five eggs that I boiled, cooled in ice water cut them in half, scooped out the yellow, put the whites in here, put the yellow in my bowl, and mashed it all up. So what you'll need for this is I've got my my mayonnaise, which is about 1/8 of a cup. It's left over from the other eggs I did because I had 1/4 of a cup and I only used half of it. So this is the other half of the mayonnaise. Okay, you'll need some Worcestershire because you're just going to use a dash of it. Worcestershire sauce. Salt and pepper, which you'll just need a dash to taste, and garlic to taste. Okay, I've got 3 tablespoons of sweet relish, which I have put in here, and I've mashed and mashed and mashed to get the juice out of it, because if you just scoop it right out of your sweet relish jar, it has a lot of juice in it, and that can tend to make your deviled egg mixture right here all runny. So I squeezed as much juice out of it as I could. And then some paprika, that's for decoration at the end. So let's get going here. What I'm going to do is, okay, I've got my pickle relish in there, the sweet pickle relish that I've mashed and got as much juice out as I could. Okay, I'm going to sprinkle some garlic powder, probably 1/2 teaspoon or a little more. I'm going to put some salt, just a little bit. That's what I like. You can use whatever you like. You can use whatever seasonings that you like. You don't have to use just salt, pepper, garlic. And then I'm going to put some pepper in here, probably like 1/2 teaspoon. And like the other eggs, after you get this all mixed up right here, you're going to want to taste it and adjust it to whatever taste you want before you put it in your eggshell. So I'm going to go ahead and put my mayonnaise in here. And I'm going to mix it all up, and if I need more mayonnaise, I'll just add more mayonnaise. But the idea with eggs is, you know, use your least amount of mayonnaise, and then you can always add to it. And that way your eggs won't be too runny. So we get that all mixed up, and then I'm going to add my Worcestershire. And then after I add my Worcestershire, I'm going to taste it and see if it's the way I want it. And if it is, then I'm going to fill my shells. Now it looks like I need just a little more mayonnaise. So let me get that. A teaspoon. So you don't want your egg mixture to be too dry. It's almost there. Another teaspoon in there. And that's how you do it with your cooking. You're in charge. You know, I saw that my mixture was needed a little more mayonnaise, so that's what I did, and that's great. There's no mistakes in this. See, and it's already looking a lot creamier. So what I'm going to do now is add a dash of Worcestershire. Stir that in. Now, I'm at my favorite part. I get to taste it. I think I'll add a little bit more mayonnaise. Make it just a little creamier, which is the beauty of this. That's why you start out with the least amount of mayonnaise, and then you keep adding until you get it just the way you want it. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze because of the pepper. That's looking better. All right, let's give it a taste test. See if I've got all the seasonings I want and all the sweetness that I want. I've got enough salt and garlic. Pepper I think is fine, and Worcestershire sauce. I think I just need to add a little more sweet relish. Luckily I had some more relish off to the side. There we go. Get that in there. So you can adjust the sweetness that you like. And I've even, in years past, have been known to put some sugar in this if I wanted it even sweeter, but I think this will be fine. All right, one more taste test with a clean spoon. Perfect. Okay, now all we gotta do is fill our, sorry about that, fill our eggs. Here we go. Yeah. Here we go. Like I say, you can fill it as full as you want or not as full as you want. You're in control. And this is so simple and so easy to mix up that you really can't mess up at all, other than if you put too much mayonnaise in it and it got too watery. Yeah, I mean not watery, excuse me. It wasn't solid enough like this is. Which I have done that in the past. I think I did that recently because I was cooking my barbecued ribs and I had like 20 people coming over and I did like a dozen or more, a dozen and a half eggs. Then I had to cut them in half, and then grandkids were talking to me and I accidentally put in too much mayonnaise and my eggs were a little runny. But my family doesn't care. They just eat it anyway. So that's why I caution you to start out with the least amount of mayonnaise and just keep adding until you get it the way you want it. Alrighty, I think we're done. Okay, my family doesn't know I'm doing these today. They're gonna be really surprised. Okay, I've got a little paprika just for color. There you go. Doesn't really add much, but my husband's great aunt, Marguerite, used to add paprika. And some people even add like pimentos, which is good too. Just adds a little color. All right, there you go. And just so you know, here's some leftover that I'm gonna taste. Oh my gosh, that is so good. My family's gonna be thrilled to have these when they come home. Hope it looks like I missed one. There you go. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoy the deviled egg recipes that I've showed you today. And just jump right in and start making them because it's really simple to do and they're so tasty. So anyway, until my next video, happy eating.